In today's episode of Homestead How, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of our small town movie theater. 12 weeks ago, my family and I purchased this small town movie theater. It's a single screen theater in a historic building. This is the screen and this is the original stage. We're going behind the screen. This stage is from 1857. That's an old dressing room door right over there next to this piano from the 1890s. It's a historic building. There's so much history here. This was here before Lincoln was president. And in today's episode, I'm going to take you behind the scenes of running a small town movie theater. We're going to have a lot of fun and laughs. We're going to show you some of the history of our theater. On week 12, let's get started. That thing has been cooking popcorn since the 1950s, since Dwight Eisenhower was president. That thing is seasoned, and its only purpose and goal in life is to make popcorn. You're never gonna make popcorn this good in your home. Then touch his finger. Touch his finger. You feel the energy? Look into his eyes.
I'd rather not.
Look into his eyes.
I'd rather not.
Look into his magical eyes. Look at it. Now give him a hug. Let him wrap those little hands around your neck. Looks like alien coming out of your stomach. He's an alien. I just wanted to say real quickly, we're having a blast. We're not taking any of this for granted. It's a huge privilege, and we're so thankful to be able to do this and run the theater and see so many happy people coming through the theater and really seeing the theater doing what it was meant to do, entertain and be a meeting place for people of the community. It's been doing that since 1859, before Lincoln was president, and if I have my way, it's going to continue to do that for generations to come. Who likes to paint so much, Jen?
I love it. Anybody want to hire me?
I'm not a big fan of painting. I don't know why you like it so much. So as Jen paints, here's a decision. This door closer. See that? It's a little bit too much play. These doors right here, with this awesome hardware, like this goes back to, I know before the 50s, because I saw pictures of this same door was on here in the 50s. And it looks even older than that. Look at it. It doesn't even have Phillips heads. So, I don't ever want to get rid of that, and I really don't want to get rid of that. So Jen, that's the question. Do we put up with this sound? Look at it, Jen. Would you look? Jen?
Uh-huh.
Are you looking at it, Jen?
You good, I always tape everything.
Yeah, when you're making progress, I gotta show you doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
It looks so nice.
Good at painting.
And now we have this awesome new carpet, with your tiles. You gotta get some rugs in here. We gotta open tomorrow, Jen. Melissa, what do you think of the new place?
Good.
So now it's Friday, and it's 5 o'clock, and we got to get everything put back because we have our new flooring in place. So none of the candy's out. Our cups are missing, our butter machine's missing, all of the bags are missing. All of this stuff, our slushy machine. We gotta hurry. As I always predict on every Friday, I'll be happy if we get just one customer. Hopefully we'll get one customer. It's 6:16, we don't have any yet, so we'll see what happens. It's 6:25. Oh, Jensen's here. So we're finishing up. We had a really nice turnout for devotion on Friday. Now we're cleaning up. And we have a private party coming tomorrow. Some of our favorites, you know who you are, regular guests. They come to almost every movie. They're coming and they're renting the theater tomorrow. And I think they're going to do a little Netflix party. And we can do that with our projector here. So we're just cleaning up, making sure everything's nice for tomorrow for that. Do you see me?
Can see you.
So Jen and I are at the movie theater on Saturday and we have our first private party coming in. They're renting out the screen. They want to stream Netflix. And I ran a HDMI cable all the way from back there in the projector room all the way over here, but I've never tested it until now, and I just tested it. I just have a Fire Stick hooked up to it, which is really nice. We've played PlayStation before, but we had the PlayStation way back in the projector room, and when you're sitting in the front playing it, the signal doesn't reach, so it like lags. Now there's no lag because it's all right there on the side. Now there's one other thing we have to do. Here's a little lesson for our viewers and for Jen. There's two main types of movie formats, flat and scope. It used to just be flat, and flat is a little bit more narrow, and scope is completely wide and takes up the whole screen. You can't maximize the screen with this. If we stretch this Netflix aspect ratio wider, it would look distorted and stretched, and like your numbers and everything, you'd basically be stretching them to the right. It's a different resolution. When you watch a scope movie, it's made to fit the whole screen based on the lens and everything. Did you know this was here, Jen?
No.
Got this. Pull it out very carefully until you get to the line. It's kind of hard to see the line. Can you see the line?
No.
Maybe about there's the line. See?
Wow.
Could you imagine standing on this stage in 1859 before Lincoln was president? This stage that I'm standing on, this very wood, played thousands of plays and stories and shows and musicals and you name it. Thank you, John Otto, for this tip. We purchased this whole movie theater and I didn't even know these were bad things. Like, you know about the curtains, right? I'm like, curtains, what is that? I thought he meant they closed over the whole thing. Those are the flat curtains. So now it doesn't look as weird. Like, why aren't you maximizing the screen, right, Jen?
Yeah.
We're gonna put the remote now, that's good. You think we lose this remote a lot at home? Imagine here.
So yeah, if anybody wants to rent the screen out, you can play video games, you can do YouTube, you can do streaming.
HBO, Disney, you just have to use your own account. That's the law. You have to use your own account. That's the rules. We can't use our own account.
Right, so with Christmas time coming up, this is what she's doing with her family. Thank you, I'm not leaving a name, but thank you very much for booking with us.
Gaming. So here's our YouTube video we just did on Thursday. It's got 2,400 views. It's doing pretty good. We did a big shout out to all the businesses that are advertising on the Montello.
Whoa!
Our Montello movie theater week. Yeah, maybe have to adjust the sound.
Unless it's because we're sitting here.
I'm used to hitting sound on here. You can't do that here. Here's another thing we got to do.
Oh, jeez.
That light bulb went out. Our Saturday morning private showing went really, really well. Then I had to head back home because I have a special delivery and I want to get this unboxed and revealed and set up for tonight's Saturday night showing. This is a heating panel and a glass panel with a photograph on it that's going to be going at Montello Theater. So now for the big reveal. And it's a heater, and it's glass, feel this. Isn't that awesome? And now I have this, it's from a company called LuxuryDesignLiving.com. They were kind enough to send us one of these. They make these up, and you can have your own family photos, you can have a photo collage, anything you want. This thing is so heavy, it's made out of glass. I put this photo together and sent it to him. It says, the place to go for family fun, fair prices, and good times, Montello Theater. We have the old picture. This actually is predated 1878. We just recently found out it goes to 1859. This was the Opera House in 1914. This was back in the 50s, and this is the current one, so you can see the whole history of the theater. This thing is a glass picture, but it's also a heater. It's an infrared heater. It'll heat this whole room up. You can plug it in. And we're going to put it, we've got a perfect spot right there on the wall. Yes. So we plug it in and then you push this little switch right here. Boop, on, off, and it heats this whole lobby up. So we were testing this thing out. It puts out some really nice heat. And another thing I wanted to mention real quick is something like this obviously looks great, but it's great for like supplementing your heat. So for example, we have a forced air natural gas furnace in the movie theater. It blows in the theater. It doesn't blow in here. And in your house, maybe you have an office space or something, and you don't want to turn the propane gas on or the natural gas on and heat the entire house up in every room in the house if you're only working in your office. So something like this, they've become so much more efficient over the years. It's electric heat. Electric heat used to be horrible, but it's a lot more efficient. And if you're using it for just one room, it's a great way to do it and save money. You can actually run the calculations versus turning your furnace on, heating your whole house up if you're just going to be in the office or the kitchen all day long. Great way to save some money and be more energy efficient. Getting ready for Saturday's movie, and I had to test it now because yesterday, for one reason or another, the sound was all messed up during the trailers, and you couldn't hear the center speaker, you couldn't hear any of their voices. Jen had to go out there and make an announcement, and I don't know what went wrong. Let's see if that does it. So I seemed to fix the problem with the trailers, turned it all off and on again, and it worked. That's what I did yesterday. It worked as well. So hopefully it'll work. So it's Sunday morning. I'm heading over to the movie theater all by myself. Jen and Emma are working on Emma's new cleaning service. She has a second client, and the other girls just left. They said they're just going somewhere. I said make sure to be to the theater in time, so that's going to be interesting. So I'm going to go over there by myself and get everything started. I got to grab our huge ladder, and it's going to be dangerous. I got to try to change this really tall light bulb that I have been dreading doing. So. The bulb in that light right there is the only bulb in the entire theater that is no longer energy efficient. All of the other bulbs have been changed. There might be one or two, now that I'm thinking about it. These aren't energy efficient, but we rarely use these. Big shout out to folks coming to Montello Theater from my YouTube channel. That means a lot to us. I've been so surprised. I've had so many people say that lately. And I guess I didn't realize how many people were local. Some people actually traveled too, but thank you so much for that support. Really appreciate that. Please tell me if you come in. We're usually pretty busy during concessions, but after the show, or if you come in early enough before, I would love to just give you a tour or talk history or any questions you have about the building. We continue to collect history, and down those very steps right there, we have a whole history exhibit. So please, when you're here, just go left of the screen, go down and check that out. So after 12 weeks of running the movie theater, one question someone recently asked me was, is it getting boring yet? Is it getting mundane? What do you think? The honest, 100% honest answer is no. It hasn't been getting boring yet. Maybe it will after a couple of years. I'm not sure. But we actually look forward to it. I look forward to it. Like, is it Friday yet? You get the popcorn started. The whole building smells like amazing popcorn. You hear it popping. You hear kids laughing, coming in. We had a kid here the other day for a school program. He said, this was the greatest day ever. Kid had never been to a movie before. I want to do something for folks like that too. If you can't afford to take your family to the movie theater, shoot us an email, give me a call, or just come talk to me privately off to the side and we will set you up. We're fortunate to be able to do that. We can't just give away free movies. Some people think that, well, you're playing it, just let me come in. The movie theaters or studios are very strict about that, and we do everything by the book. So we just did a Veterans Day, and we did free for veterans. Well, we don't just let them come in and watch the movie. We actually record their ticket, send it to the studio, and we have to pay the studio their cut. They get a huge percentage of each of those tickets. So we do everything by the book. It's the right thing to do, but we're happy to be able to afford to do that. So long as the movie theater is busy enough, we're going to do more days like that. For veterans, first responders, we did a Teachers Appreciation Day. And I want to do something too if people are just struggling and they can't afford to take their kid to the movie theater. I was shocked when I heard that before when the kid said, never been to a movie before. Just, one of the teachers said that. Some of these kids have never been to a movie before, or it's been many, many years because they just can't afford to go to a movie. So come talk to my wife Jen or myself and we will get you covered. And maybe we can put in some sort of program like, hey, do you want to buy a ticket for yourself and buy a ticket for a first responder or a veteran, and to help us with some of those costs. But if the movie theater continues to do well and be busy enough to do so, we will continue to do that. Again, our long-term goal is sustainability. But to answer the question, are we bored with the movie theater or dreading it? Not at all. It's so much fun. So thankful for the movie theater. Every day I'm here. I can't believe it. I'm gonna get hit by a truck at some time. I don't deserve this. So very thankful and grateful. And just look at our view over there that we have across the street from the theater. We have the huge Christmas tree. They did the lighting last weekend. And we have those beautiful falls. And that's the granite quarry from Montello. And we actually have granite in the foundation of Montello Theater. 2-foot wide walls of granite in this building. So I'm here all alone Sunday at the movie theater. I just changed some light bulbs and it is 2:35 and we have to open the doors in about 20 minutes and the girls aren't here yet. So I might be running this thing all by myself, we'll see. I gotta go fire the projector up and then I gotta get some hot popcorn made as well. And this is my only help here. He's just staring at me with this dumb look on his face. Heading up to the projector room. 2 switches to turn her on, one here, one here. And then I go over here and I turn our sound on. There's so much history up here too. I'm inside a metal box. We talk about this on the tour, but back in the day, film like this was highly, highly flammable. And so the projector's room was entirely enclosed in metal. Metal, the ground's metal, and there used to be a wall right here that was metal. And one really cool little fact is, there used to be a wax string that would come down here, and then there was a metal door. And so if the room lit on fire, the metal room, it would melt the wax and that would come slamming down. It would close this door. This is where the projector lens went. And then the whole entire room would be fireproof. Metal. I have to open the doors in 20 minutes. I'm all alone. So I'm going to have to see if I can run the entire theater by myself. Make popcorn, sell tickets, concessions, get the projector going and the sound and get everything going. One person. Well, yeah, one person and one alien. Let's see how much help this guy's going to be. I got to get the popcorn going pronto. Switch, 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 switch. That's heat, that's mixer, that's lamp, and that's warming bed. The bottom of the popcorn machine, which is nice and clean, is all hot. It heats up. We actually pulled the whole popcorn machine out the other day before McCartney Carpet came and cleaned behind it, and that was crazy. This machine is from 1950, and you're not going to get any better popcorn. One of the reasons why, that kettle, it's like a cast iron skillet. If you've ever cooked on cast iron, it tastes 1,000,000 times better than cooking on just some Teflon pan. That thing has been cooking popcorn since the 1950s, since Dwight Eisenhower was president. That thing is seasoned and its only purpose and goal in life is to make popcorn. You're never gonna make popcorn this good in your home. I got the popcorn going by myself. I got the change out for people. I got that thing on and I turned the projector on just in the nick of time. Looks good, sounds good, the heat's on in here. I gotta put the signs out and I'm on my own, I guess. When making popcorn, one of the tricks is, you see these little kernels? You don't want to eat those, right? So you slide this over this little grate with the holes in it, and then all the kernels fall in. So if you see us over here constantly going like this, that's why. The other trick is, you never want to scoop like this off the metal, because then you get kernels in there. You scoop off the top. See that? I'm not touching the bottom. If you go off the bottom, you're definitely going to get kernels because they're heavier and they fall to the bottom. So if we missed any going this way, that's the other precaution, is you scoop off the top. Sunday's our big turnover day. We have to update the marquee. We do this during the movie. We put out new posters. We put up the sign. Next weekend we have Black Panther playing, and we're also doing a free Christmas movie, Scrooge, on Saturday at 4 p.m. free for the first 150 people. We're closing out Sunday. Alyssa's cleaning up. Everyone's cleaning. And one really cool thing that happened, we had a ton of veterans come out, which we really appreciate. One of them had a hat on that said USS Roosevelt, Navy, and my dad was in the Navy, and my dad was out in the Roosevelt, so I'm like, what are the odds of that? I asked him what year, and then I had to call my dad because I couldn't remember the exact year. This gentleman was on the Roosevelt from 68 to 72. Guess what? My dad was on the Roosevelt from 68 to 72. They were on the same ship at the exact same time. What are the odds of that? So hopefully he comes back, and in the summer when my dad's back, because my dad's in Florida right now, and maybe they could meet and share some stories. So E.T. and myself have given you a lot of history from Montello Theater, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I don't want to give it all away. Again, we do history tours here. We have this history book, which is almost 100 pages long. It's got some really amazing history from over the years, starting out in the 1800s. So thank you so much for watching our YouTube channel. Please share, please like, please comment. That really helps us. Every penny from YouTube, which isn't a lot, goes right back to the movie theater as well. So if you love this place, if you love a movie theater, a small town, independently owned movie theater, and you want to support it, like, comment, share the YouTube videos, and come on out to a movie. We'd love to see you. Come say hi.